Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So yesterday we spoken about how to create, or what is that you wanted to have to perform the data set creation, right? So the scenarios we were talking about is when you have 20 tables and the total size after compression is 20 GB, this cannot be accommodated in your Power BI desktop or Power Pivot or in the RAM of your Power BI. So what can be done? Store 10 tables and create some 5 to 6 reports and store another 10 tables, create another 5 reports. This is what we're going to be doing. But we must know what data sets we must create and what reports we must create, we must have on the given data set. So this is what you have to know. Now, what is a data set? Data set means OLAP data, because normally in OLTP means where you have a fresh data, right, to run the business. We never create a data analytics on the fresh data. So data sets means it is completely OLAP data. After creating the reports, we are going to be having the data sets, and after creating the reports, we will be able to create a dashboards also. Share the reports and dashboards to the clients, right? So now, to create a report, we must know, check the relationships, and we also create a DAX queries and DAX columns, right? So any new columns or new information to be created or not, that you need to check, because sometimes whatever be the data that is there, for example, customer has given you some data. So on this data, you will be able to create only 80% of the report. Then remaining 20% of the report where you have to create a new information using the existing information. So this can be achieved with the help of a DAX, data analytical expressions. What is the purpose? Using the existing information, we will be able to create only 80% of the reports. So what I wanted to have, I wanted to take the existing data, and using existing data, I would like to create a new information. For example, let me give you one example. So I have some employee data, employee ID, employee name, employee salary. One, John, salary is 1,000. Two, Sita, salary is 2,000. Three, Raghu, salary is, let us say, 1,200. I have some data. Now I wanted to know what is the total salary. Anybody can get it. So what is the total salary? Anybody can get this salary. But if anybody asks you, what is the total tax? Now, tax column is not available there. So you can display this very easily because salary column is available. But what is the total tax? Tax column is not available. So you load this data to the Power BI. You load this data to the Power BI, and you create a tax column, tax equivalent to salary into 18 by 100. This is the formula, right? So you are going to be deriving a new column. Okay, you're going to be deriving a new column. So that is what is the DAX. Okay, so you are going to be taking this. So into 18% means it will be some 180. So some 360, like that. You have some data, right? It will be some 220, like that. I have some data. Now the tax column, someone's video is on, and who's that? Yeah. The tax is not the column coming from the data source. This you have prepared. So this is the new data I have to derive from the existing column. So this is the formula of the tax. So what is the purpose of DAX means? What we can say? To create new information. To create a new information using existing data or existing columns. Okay, using existing data. So we create we create expressions in this, right? We create what an expressions. 80% of the reports can be created using existing data, but 20% of the reports where you have to create a new columns. That is the purpose of a DAX, right? If you wanted to create a reports, or if you wanted to create a data set, so definitely what kind of a data that we have, you have to know. And after that, so do we need to create any new columns? Because this is the data I'm going to be taking as it is, but I need to create one or two columns extra here, right? So this is what is called a DAX. So one is called, you need to clean the data, extract the data, perform the data. You have to know SQL operations. Sometimes you may be getting the data from the RDBMS, or you wanted to load the data into the data warehousing sometimes, right? So you have to know SQL, you have to know ETL, and you have to know data modeling also. For example, how this is one table, this is one more table, how this table A and table B are connected in the source system. The same way you should be able to get the table A, this is table A, and these are the new columns, table B, how these are also connected. So this is what is called data modeling. And you have to also read what kind of a reports the customer wanted to create. So if you don't know what kind of a report the customer wanted to create, few people are unable to log in, is it? Who's that guy? Abhinav? So 32 people are there. So still Sheikh, few students, are they able to join? So who's that? What is the reason? I don't know. Because I did not login problem, is it? So I cannot help it because I don't know how to do that. And probably after 11 o'clock today, you ask them to contact my team today, rectify these issues. Okay. Now, people who are, not able to access this meeting ID, whatever be the reason. Okay. They're unable to log into Nourish portal. Is it? What is the error they're getting it? Rahul? Because Nourish is working fine, right? Can you just check, Rahul and others, whether it is working or not? Okay, guys. So whenever you have some tables, it is very, very important that. So it is very, very important that you need to get the tables, and you need to understand how the existing tables linked, and you need to copy the tables, or you need to load the tables as it is to the Power BI, then create the relationships, then if needed, create the extra columns with the help of a DAX. Then afterwards, you have to know what are the reporting requirements, because without requirements, you cannot create a data set. What kind of reports the company wanted to have? So company wanted to have a tax column. Until and unless you read this requirement, you don't know that you need to create one more column, right? So in order to create a data set, definitely you have to know what kind of a, reporting requirements that you have to know. So let me tell you, to create a data set, because it is very, very complicated process, right? Creating a data set will take a lot of time, not the reports, because getting the data, cleaning the data, then doing the data modeling, it will take a lot of time. After that, creating reports will be 1 minute job, right? I told you one example. If you wanted to prepare a food, go to the shop, get the vegetables, clean them, cut them, soak them, marinate them, adding spices will take a lot of time. So after that, cooking will be within 1 hour, within 2 hours you can prepare it. But doing all these activities is called as a data preparation, or it is also called as a data engineering. So data set creation is part of data engineering or data preparation work, right? So data preparation work we are going to be doing. So this is called as data engineering work. So what kind of a data you have to bring it? So to create a data set, first you have to study what kind of a data they have. Study the existing data. So for example, if I am wanted to create a data set from walmart.com, I need to study what kind of a data they have it. So you have to collect some sample data first. Collect some sample data, then you should be able to study it. So definitely you should not be able to take all the data in day one itself and do it, because a lot of things are going to be happening. Collect some sample data first, right? So that is what you need to do it. The later, and you study the existing, study the existing reports also. What kind of reports they're currently using, what kind of a KPIs they're currently using, what kind of a dashboards they're currently using. So on this data, that is also you need to study. And you have to also understand future requirements, future report requirements. Clear? So that is also very, very important. Future reporting requirements. So based on that, you have to create the data. So study the existing data or collect the some sample data first. Study the existing reports and KPIs the company is using. What are the future report requirements that they wanted to derive from this data? And guys, please, someone's video is on. So future report requirements. Then based on that, you need to create what is called as a lot of other things. Data modeling that you have to know. Data modeling, you should be able to do it. And you have to know SQL, you have to know data warehousing concept, you have to know ETL concept, all these things you have to know. Then only you will become a data engineering guy, right? So data preparation, data engineering means creating a data set. It is very, very difficult activity, I'm telling you. So data engineering is not so simple activity. Okay, it is very, very difficult activity, I'm telling you. Not everybody can do this. Very senior level people can do that. Difficulty activity, difficulty task it is, right? So after that, creating a data set, and what you do, you have to deploy the data set, right? Deploy the data set to where? To the Power BI service, right? After that, you have to give the permissions, okay, permissions to the remaining developers, because as we told, the team size is 6 team members, right? The team size is 6. So out of 6, 2 people are creating a data set, right? 2 people are creating a data set. Once you create a data set, remaining 4 people, so where they have to create the reports. Remaining 4 people, those guys have to create a data set reports. But now, so for example, here me, John and Bhaskar is creating a data set. If I create a data set, if I'm keeping it with my computer, how do you access? For example, these people are, let us say, Jennifer, and we have Raman, and we have Ahmad, right? And we have Loni. So these guys are supposed to create the reports. Now these guys are do not have the data set. The data set is available with the John and the Bhaskar. So if I'm keeping the data set in my laptop, so how do you create a reports from your laptop? So Raman may be there in US, Ahmed may be there in Dubai, Loni may be there in Russia, Jennifer may be there in England. So how they're going to be preparing? Because all these things are working for a single company. These are not the people from coming from a single location or single office, right? They have, the team could be in different locations, right? So how is that you're going to be preparing the reports. If you want to prepare the report, you have to have the data set. So we are going to be creating a data set and deploying it. Where? To the Power BI service. These people are going to be taking the data set from the Power BI, and these people are going to be again creating the reports and create and deploy the reports to where? Reports to again Power BI service only. That is what we are going to understand. So we have to create a data set. Creating a data set is always a complex activity, Nana. It is not at all simple. And you have to be knowing all these things. What are they? You have to, what is that you have to know? You have to know data modeling, SQL, data warehousing, ETL, and in this DAX queries also, you have to know all these things is very, very important. Okay, so it is very, very difficult activity. That is what I'm going to be talking about today. So to create a report, you have to study the existing data, collect some sample tables, sample data. If you have some duplicate data, you should know how to remove the data. If you have some blank, data, you have to ask the client. Who's the client? Client is Walmart, right? You need to ask, because we are not the right people to change their data. For example, they have some blank data. Instead of a blank, what is it you have to put? We are not going to be filling the data. No, never. You should not touch the data. You should not do anything. You have to only educate the client, sir. This is the data that you have given me, but these are the duplicates. You want me to delete? Then if you say yes, you take a sign off. Then, sir, this is the data in this column. You don't have the proper data, properly data added. Lot of blank columns are added. Now you need to convey this message to the client to Walmart. So Walmart has to fill the data. Developer, as a developer, you're not the guy who fill in the data, modify the data. That is not the thing. Clear? We should not modify the data. We should not touch the data. If anything is there, you need to inform the Walmart client in the, not orally, everything documented, emails and everything to be there. You have to, convey them so that the Walmart can give you the cleaned data. Am I clear? So that is what you got to understand. Okay. Now here, few people are going to be creating a data sets, and they're going to be creating and deploying, and remaining people are going to be creating what is called as a report. That is how a team is going to be working, right? So now using a DAX column, we need to create the new columns and new information. So we'll talk about why new column, why new measure, why new table, all these part of your DAX, So don't worry about. So just now I have told you how to create a new column for the tax, right? So we can create a lot of new information, new column, so that you will be able to use them as part of your data sets. And you should know how to create a primary key and foreign key, blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to create one Power BI, or data set. I want to take the Power BI. Now click on the Power BI desktop. Now the company is giving you some data. The company is giving you data. So what you have to do it? You have to first get the data, clean the data. For example, the company is giving you a adventure works data. So let me take the data and load the data into the let me load the data into the Power BI. Get check. I think your someone's video is getting on and off. Who's that? Okay. Now I want to take the customer data, products data, sales data. I wanted to load the data. Now, what is that I'm doing? I'm going to be creating a, Power BI project. I'm going to be creating a data set. So that is what I'm going to be creating now. Okay. So Power BI project. So my first task is creating a data set. This is what I'm going to be doing now. So to create a data set, so I should know what kind of a this is what is called a February batch, right? So we will create So one workspace, say February 2023 batch. Okay. Adventure Works, sales data workspace. Then we're going to be creating a workspace also. Then first we're going to be creating a data set. So to create a data set, first you have to get the data. Now I'm the Bhaskar. So I'm the person who's going to be, in charge for the creating a data set. Now this is the data. Now I think that we don't need first name, middle name, last name. So all the requirements will be there in the requirement document. What kind of a, you know, columns I have to use it? What kind of a columns I need to merge it, split it? I transform the data. I wanted to merge these columns, right? So I wanted to have it is a customer full name, right? So separator in between, I need to have space. So I applied some transformation. And after this, I would like to remove some columns, choose columns. I don't want to have commute distance, English education, number of children, total children, email address, and name style, title, geography key. I don't need this. I wanted to take only these columns because if you take unnecessary columns, so you cannot decide. Everything has to be given in that requirement document. Somebody would have gathered the requirement, right? My, superiors or my, team leads would have got that information. So based on that only I'm creating, right? So click on the products. It is not my choice. Everything they would have mentioned clearly. You need to take this data. You need to, add these few columns. Everything will be there in the requirement document. So in this also, so I will take all the columns, products, there's no problem. In this one, I don't want to take so a lot of other columns, product key, ship date, customer key, currency key is not needed, territory key there. So sales order number, order line number, unit price, extended amount, all these things I'm not going to be taking. So discount amount, I may take it, total product cost. Moin, your video is on, just check. Moin. Yeah. So sales amount, tax amount, freight amount, whatever you wanted to have it, you take only those columns. And if you wanted to create something, you should be able to also create with the help of, derived column and everything. So you have add column, you have transform column, whatever you wanted to do it here, you clean the data. So everything based on the requirement document only. Clear? So based on that only, you should be able to create it and you are going to be loading it. So you have taken the AdventureWorks data. Now, after that, what you have to do, you have to load the data. So where are we loading the data? Into the Power Pivot. That means RAM of my computer. Now, so the data set I have created here. Now I should not take any reports. Now check whether all the data modeling is properly done or not. So you take customer data, customer table, and after that we have a products table. All of them are going to be having proper primary key and foreign key ship. And if you double click on this, we'll discuss these things later. So customer key to customer key, sales table customer key, customer table customer key, it is many to one relationship. Now here, so when you click on this sales table product key, product table product key, there is a relationship. You need to check by clicking on this. You will be able to understand. We'll discuss about these things later. Don't worry about it. So this is how you should be able to see the data modeling. If not, if something is not there, for example, this is not there. So you need to know how to create them. So creating is very, very simple. So customer key, where is the customer key available? Customer key and customer key. When you drag and drop a line, it is going to be preparing. Now, this is what is your customer's data. You have 18,000 rows. This is what is called products data, 397 rows. This is what is called sales data, 60,000 rows are available. So you have created, if you wanted to create any new column, or if you wanted to create a DAX columns, we know that we need to go to this and we will be able to create a new column, new table. This is where is calculations. This is what is called DAX. So if you wanted to implement a DAX, we will discuss later. You have to click on the table first. Now you need to click on this one second. Third one, you need to go and choose whatever you wanted to do it. I don't want to create anything now. Assume that everything is ready. So you assume data modeling is done, and DAX columns also have prepared, extra columns and everything you have prepared. Your data set is ready. Once the data set is ready, what you're going to be doing, you should not create any reports here, because as I told you, data set means there is no report there. Only you get the data, clean the data. Now everything is ready. You are going to be saving this file, right? Save this file. So this will be your AdventureWorks. Let me go to downloads folder. Now it is AdventureWorks sales data set. Okay, sales data set. So created in the February. So February, I have created this. So let me save this file in my local folder. So you don't have any reports here. So after that, I have to, I'm using 56, right? So I have to go to app.powerba.com. I have to go to app.powerba.com, and I wanted to log in. I wanted to log in with the user ID of 56. Okay, let me just go there. Okay, 56 only already logged in. So I want to create a workspace, right? Click on the workspace, create a workspace. Now I say AdventureWorks sales February. What is it? Today's date, Nana? Today's date is February 2nd. February 2nd, 2023. So this is the workspace created by this and underscore Jogi. This I have created, right? AdventureWorks sales February 02. So 2023. So I'm created. So I'm creating this workspace, and I'm going to be using this workspace. It is a blank workspace. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to use this workspace. Now I have to deploy. So go. Now in my report, I don't have anything else. I don't have any reports. Only the data set is created. Now this data set I'm going to be publishing. Click on this. Click on the publish. Where you wanted to publish this. So you have to go to, let us say February. When I search for this, you're able to get double click on this. Your data set will be published. So your PBIX file actually. So this is a PBIX file is going to be publishing. So as we know, so it got published. So when you publish any PBIX file, it will be split into two. One is called a data set. The second one is called a report. Right? Whenever you deploy any report, this is also one report. Report means PBX file. It will be split into data set and report. Report, you don't have anything. It will be blank report would have been created. So this, you can delete it. You can delete it, but data set, you can use it. Let me show you. It would have created, it would have split it into two. Now you're able to see. So when you go to here, this is a report. This is a data set. Report where you don't have any reports at all. So this is useless. You can just go back to your report. You can just click on this. Content means your data set. Content means, sorry, data, it is a report. So content means report. Data set means data set. Data set plus content is equivalent to all, right? So you have to go to your workspace. What is your workspace? Workspace is this, and go. So the report, nothing is there. So you can delete this report, right? So you can go to your workspace. Now go to all or go to content. You will be able to click on this. Now delete it. So delete this. So click on the delete. So when you go to all, you don't have, you have only the data set, but you will not be able to see the data set. So you will be able to see the data set like this customer table. You can see this, and you can have the products table, right? You can have the sales data. So that is what you can have it. So now let me go back. Now data set is created, right? So when you have the PBIT file, there is no data set. Remember, Sravya. Yeah, you can also try doing that. Now you have the PBI with you, right? So now I have to create a PBIX file and deploy. Now the data set is ready, but who's going to be using this? So this, I'm the 56 user. So 57, 58, 58 other 4 developers are available, right? So those people have to use this. So you need to give the permission to these people. So I have created, and now I have also deployed. After deploying it, so give the permissions to the developers. So who are the other people? So those people need to get the permissions. For example, I have to go to my workspace. Now this is what is my workspace. I have to give the access. So I need to give the access to other people. PBI user 55. Okay, so this one developer can use this PBI user 50 4, right? 54 PBI user and 57, like that. I am planning to give PBI user, let us say 53 or 51, 51, 52, 53. So all these 4 people are going to be accessing. These are the members, and these people can access this. Click on add them. So you need to give the permission. So I am the admin. 56 guy is the admin. 55, 53, 54, 55, 57. These people can access this data set. If you don't give the permission, those people will not be able to access this. Those people will not be able to work with the reports. So that is what. So you need to go to your workspace, click on the February, so that you will be able to get your workspace. Now afterwards, what you have to do, you have to click on the access. Now you need to go type the email IDs, to whom you wanted to give your access. Now I have given. So these people, so who's the guy? Now the other guys. So I'm the guy, I'm going to be creating this. So I'm using 56. Now I close this. Okay, I save it and close this. Now you think these people have to create, right? Now these people have to open Power BI from their computer. So these people have to get that deployed, data set. So let me show you how you can consume. Now these people, so these people have to create reports, right? So these 4 people, so they have to consume. Consume means they need to get it. So or consume or get the data set from where? From the PBI service. Okay, so they have to go to their computer. They will be able to open their laptop, and you assume that that login ID is, let me say, 55. So PBI user 55, go online trainings. They have to have these email IDs, and they should be registered with the Power BI. Otherwise, they will not be able to collect. So Power BI user 55 is now connecting, right? So Power BI user 55 is connecting. Password is India@12, and click on sign in. So the 55 user is now connected with the Power BI desktop. Now you should not go to transform data. So you should not do anything. Already somebody is prepared the food is ready, ready to be cooked food is ready. So that you have to take it. So from where I can go? I can go to the get data. When you go to the get data, there is a Power BI data sets. Have you seen this? So this data set is not available here. It is going to be there in the Power BI service. Clear? So I wanted to go to this. I would like to add that Power BI data set someone deployed. So click on this. When I click on this, now these are the data sets I have. Now what is my data set name? My data set name is somewhere February data set, right? So that I wanted to uh, just filter this. So this is my data set just now created February 2023 data set, right? So this is the one I have to access. Now, this is the workspace name, February 2023 workspace name. So I would like to click on this and I'm going to be connecting. So remember, I don't have any data. You see, if you have your data, you can see the data here. You can do the data modeling from here. You can create a reports here. So because when you're using your own data, if your own data, all these things are visible. But now you don't have this data. You don't have this data. So what is going to be happening? You observe in this. You observe in this. Now I am going to be going and clicking on the Power BI data sets. Now click on the filter. I'll say February. I created one data set. Click on connect. Now I don't have my data here. I'm getting the data from the Power BI. Now the data is being loaded. Now, do you think that all the data is loaded into RAM of my computer? No, 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 no. So the middle button is gone. So what is happening? So someone created a data set. So that is, let us say Bhaskar Jogi, or let us say user 56 is created a data set and deployed to the Power BI service. What is a Power BI service? Which is one more computer, very, very bigger computer, where Power BI is installed in this. And this is the cloud-based computer, means rental. So I have created a workspace. The workspace named February. In that, I have created a data set. Now, so this is my data set. Now, this computer also will be having a RAM, right? So every computer will have a RAM. So all this data is available in the RAM of this computer, because it is a cloud computer, right? It's a cloud. Cloud means it is a physical computer somewhere in the data center. Now, when you deploy your data set would have gone to the RAM of this computer. Clear? Now, this guy is deployed. So the data it went to the Power BI. Power BI is going to be storing the data. Power BI service also will have a Power BI desktop would have been installed there. So you have all the Power BI software is running. It is going to be taking your data and putting all the data into the RAM. It would have created a columnar database. The story is the as it is in the Power BI service cloud-based machine. So now one more guy from one more machine is going to be connecting. His machine number, let us say 55. So he's going to be connecting. So he will be able to getting from here. So this is data set is going to be getting from here. So no data in his machine is going to be stored. So is accessing the data from the RAM of the Power BI service. So physically, this machine is not going to store data. It is going to be pointing to RAM of the cloud machine. Clear? So you are going to be getting the data in your machine. You are not going to be dumping the data in your RAM. So in the RAM, it is completely no data. Remember, because you are not going to be getting any data from here, because already this guy has deployed the data set here. The data set is there in the Power BI cloud, Power BI service. Power BI service means it is a cloud platform. So you need to understand this data set is available in the RAM of this computer. Simply you're accessing from this live data set you're accessing. So that is the reason you cannot see the data here. You understand how the connection is going to be created. You remember live connection. Have you seen connected live? What is the meaning? Your computer is not storing the data locally. This guy is going to connect live and getting the data from the RAM of this computer. So tomorrow, the data modified here, the modified data you will be able to see. You have a 10, the 10 is gone today, right? Tomorrow, this person is going to be modifying to 12 and you will redeploy. It will become 12. It will become 12. So when you establish a connection, you will be able to get the latest data. So you don't store any data. Remember, when you're using Power BI data sets, what is the connection type? That is their live connection. What is the meaning? You don't store any data locally in your Power BI desktop. Now, even though I'm using a desktop, this is desktop software, right? So even though I'm using this, I'm not going to be storing anything here. So this is what very, very important that you have to know. But you will be able to see the data like this. The middle button is gone. You can create a relationships. So you can create a lot of reports, or you can, if you wanted to establish, or if you wanted to delete something, or if you wanted to add new relationships, you can have, but you cannot see the data. If you wanted to see the data, drag and drop some reports. Now you will be able to go. So you don't have any data here. I would like to have the profit. So now I'm creating a report, right? So I can create a report. I can have so control C, control V, right? I delete this. I wanted to have the sales amount. Now I wanted to drag and drop one. This one I need to have order wise, order year wise, and I want to have the sales amount, order year wise sales amount. I wanted to have it. Now I go there. I wanted to have the data labels also, right? So whatever the reports that you would like to create, page number 1, you can go to page number 2. We can create a lot of reports as a user 55. Clear? So like that, people are going to be creating a lot of reports, and these reports you should be able to deploy wherever you would like to deploy, right? So like that, I would like to go to page number 2, create some pie chart, and region wise sales I would like to have it, right? So region wise, I want to have the sales amount, and go and whatever you wanted to have it, go to format painter. Now apply this. Now you go and remove the legend and everything. I wanted to go to the data label, and I wanted to have the label on top of this. Now I wanted to have the bar chart. In the bar chart, I wanted to know which category of the product is doing good. So I would like to drag and drop the category. And when you come down, you should be able to get this and apply the format painter. Now everything you got it. Click on this. Now I wanted to have the data labels, and the bikes is the category. It is doing fantastic work. Like that, you create a lot of visualization and save this report, right? So this is Adventure Works sales reports. Okay. So reports, let us say it is a part 1. Part 2 will be someone else. Part 3 will be something else. Like that, you can give some important name. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. 4 developers are there. So all people will be creating, or you can say dev 1, or it is a developer 1 reports, all of them, developer 2, developer 3, or you can write your name. It is going to be Bhaskar Jogi reports, or it's going to be some other guys reports. So whatever you want to have, it is a dev 1 reports. I'm going to be storing these reports first. So I would like to store them in the downloads folder. Now this report I want to publish. Click on the publish button. So now I'm going to be going to the, because this is, I have got the permission. So in that only, I'm going to be deploying this reports. Clear? So like that, 55 user is now deploying the report. Clear? So now you can go to 56 here. Now you should be able to see one report got created. Now this report just now got developed, and this report is published. Now click on this. All the reports you can have. So page 1, page 2, whatever you can have. Like that, developer 2 also will be creating dev 2 reports, or dev 3 reports, or dev 4 reports. All of them can be have. Like that, you create a data set and deploy, and other people are going to be consuming the data set, and they are able to use the data sets and create a reports. Okay, everybody has to do this, and tomorrow we'll continue, guys. Okay, na? So it's very, very simple. It is not at all complex. Okay, this kind of reports you can create. Now this one I will be able to tell you in the tomorrow's class. Any questions?